Hi, I'm Tyler Furry, and I've decided it's past time, quite frankly, to update my Malice deck for the new format and the new set. Like, so let's just jump right in here. Thanks to the ban list, only 2 Dormouse and 2 White Rabbit this time, and I've pushed Chessie. I've kept Chessie at 2 from the pure build. I mean, obviously we've got 4 starters here plus some others later, and thanks to March Hare, we're less reliant on Bestials for extension, as it's an archetypal tier cache, and can get you started with certain other pieces that we'll get to in a minute. 2 Underground, since that's also semi-limited. 1 Terraforming, 1 Gold Sark as alternate starters. Maliss in the Mirror is a really nice little bit of disruption and extension in 1 card. Like, since these are the new cards, March Hare banishes a Maliss from hand or grave to summon itself from. It's any Maliss card, not just a monster, to summon itself from hand. When it's on the field, it provides targeting protection to links that point to it, and when it's banished, you pay 300 to add it to your hand rather than special summon it. Maliss in the Mirror, target a monster on the field, banish a Maliss you control. That monster's effects are negated to the end phase. If it's banished, you can banish 1 from grave and search a Maliss card of that. You banish a Maliss card from grave, then search a Maliss of that same card type. GWC is... I understand why people are citing it, and I will cite it going second. But it is still kind of a really good setup piece that I like having mained. MTP, some people are running this as their only trap, is the interruption. And it does help a little with consistency in some ways, but in others, I mean, you need TB11 for White Rabbit to be a starter on her own. So, obviously the Maliss package has been changed up because, well, we've only got 2 of the 3 most important cards rather than 3, but... And we've got 4 new cards introduced into the package, but it is still an incredibly strong link climbing option. Our secondary engine is now the new backup 3 of the new backup at Ignister and 1 of the new wizard at Ignister. Backup alongside a Bestial or a March Hare is full combo. You need that in a discard, but that's achievable. And they're just fantastic extenders regardless. Special summon if you control a Cyberse Link in the EMZ. It's the EMZ, I believe. And then, this is an activated effect, so it can be impulsed. And then, on summon, search them out. Search the Dark Cyberse, pitch a card. So yeah, it can search any of the Maliss monsters. It can search Wizard. I believe it's not allowed to self-search. Let's just double check that. Dark Cyberse. Yeah, except backup at Ignister. Wizard has its banish effect of rotate something, which is meaningless. But its main purpose is when in hand, you can activate an effect, a special summon, and a Dark Cyberse from grave. Fantastic pieces of extension. Backup in the right hand can get you playing if you need it to. Like, just really good additions to the deck that were frankly much needed. And now we've got the defensive non-engine. Called by Crossout Talents. I mean, these cards, we know what they do. Stop hand trap, punish hand trap. Just fantastic cards to have around. Crossout's probably the most cuttable, especially because I'm on 41, but still. For the hand traps, 3 Ash Blossom, 1 Druid Worm, 1 Magnemite, since those are limited, both limited now. 3 Fua, 3 Nibiru, 3 impulse. If you want to cut the impulse for another hand trap, cheapen the deck, feel free. And 3 imperm. So even with all the space I've committed to engine and defensive cards, I still have 17 hand traps, which is a solid number to be at. You're gonna see 2 pretty reliably at this number. I mean, these are all well known at this point. Stop searching. Remove stuff from graveyard. Can be extender in this deck. Max C at home. Punish overextension. Summon negate. Monster effect negate. Just really good cards. And we're already through the main deck. As for the extra, let's start at the top. 1 detonator for the 3 metal Tronuses in the side. Yes, that's 2 QCs. I pulled both. Obviously, accounting for detonator, regular Ryzeal and Fiendsmith Ryzeal and in Mitsurugi Ryzeal is pretty dang important. And that's just a button to make them go away. The Link ones are Lingaribo and Link Spider. Due to how the Adignisters work, Link Spider is a much better include now, since it actually does let you consistently extend through Nibiru by linking off the token, and that you've got a Cyberse in your link in your extra monster zone. Special backup: search wizard, summon something from your grave, and you can at worst climb into allied code. Frequently making a Maliss link along the way just to make sure you've got something for it. And then Lingaribo is just a way to extend with backup if an effect monster gets negated. Now, a whopping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Link 2s. Wicked is a way to search mid-combo to get your hands on backup. So if you special summon into its zone with, say, I don't know, the March Hare you add to hand without triggering Droll, you can banish a Cyberse from your graveyard, add backup, special backup, search wizard. Just part of your main setup. Dark is probably the most cuttable thing in the extra right now, but it's a good way to extend in the mirror, if nothing else. Haggard Lizardos, I mean, obviously a classic Maliss start combo player, because it's bashing for cost and just summoning whatever you happen to need in that moment. Well, it's not, which is usually just an extra Maliss name, so you can link up into Ransom or Whitebinder. IPSP, just another good way to use extra bodies or make backup or address backup situations. Just, it's a nice efficient pair. Splash Mage is another extender, of course. Revive a Cyberse that's effect negated. Like, we know what this thing does. The 3 Malice links. I know some people are running 2 binder and some people are running no ransom. I just like being able to search the field spell mid combo and do some of the setup stuff with TB11 since I'm playing it. If you're not playing TB11, then ransom becomes much easier to cut. I just don't like the concession of White Rabbit not being a starter. I mean, Binder is probably the single best card in the entire deck, being Soul Charge, multi-DD Crow. She just sets traps from deck, draws cards, literally does everything. And then Hardscriptor is your big boss from the Malice side. Non-targeting banish, can't be negated if it points to something, and then when it recurs at a whopping 5,000. The Link 4s are Access Code, excuse me, and Firewall Dragon. Firewall is another one that's probably pretty cuttable, but it was either that or Heat Soul, and I found Heat Soul was exceedingly win more. So I kept Firewall, I kept Dark. But yeah, multi-bounce, extension, unstoppable removal, giant body, and the removal also parlays into extension in this deck. Just obviously really strong cards. There's no way around that. And finally, the Allied Code Agnister. An actual Omni worth playing. And yeah. It's another soul charge, though, with a much bigger downside of you can't continue playing. It only revives 2300. And you often want to set it up so it's not in the EMZ, so it doesn't bring back too much when you're playing GWC. But gains 500 for everything it revives, which is extremely powerful. Tribute to Omni and Banish. Like, they literally put Gamma Seal on this thing. Except without Kaiju counters. Yeah. Side deck, we've already gone over the Metaltronuses. Metaltronuses? Whatever. Metaltronuses. 3 Thrust. Just get stuff from deck. 1 DDG. 1 D Barrier. And right now I'm running Duster. This is probably going to be a... what's this? DD Designator once I get mine in. But... it's still hard to go wrong with the Black Row hate of Duster. Side decked hand traps, 3 Droll. Like, I just think Droll is amazing in this format. It just doesn't quite fit in the main. And 3 Lancia for the mirror. And it does have some weird niche other matchups it comes up in occasionally. But yeah, just big bungus combo deck. Let's just do a quick test hand. Let's just do a quick combo. So yeah, let's just start Dormouse. Dormouse effect. Kind of addressed where the other benefits of these the stuff comes in. Rabbit. Like, we all know this part of the combo. Set 11. Lizardos, Dormouse, target self, Dormouse comes back. Ransom 1, 11 2. Oh, I forgot to... we need a dummy card. Chessie. Well, I guess I'll show what Malice in the Mirror does here. So we won't actually need the dummy card. As you'll see in a minute. Ransom comes back. Banishing March Hare to hand. Link off into Wicked. March Hare, banish TB11. Summon Wicked. Banish Mouse, I guess. That's not. You don't want to banish White Rabbit in this setup. Get a backup. Go into White Binder. Binder, banish Chessie. Chessie summon itself. Chessie, banish Mirror. Just take these two as dummies. Or rather, these two as dummies. Mirror, banish that. Add a Dormouse. Special backup effect. To add, where is it? Wizard, and pitch one of the dummy cards. Binder to place. GWC. Wizard. Wizard. Yeah, I screwed this up a little bit. There are ways you can line this up where you make Cryptor and Allied. Actually, what I was supposed to do was, actually I fixed it. You don't add Dormouse there, you add March Hare. So this way you can back up a little bit. What you do is instead of extending like that, you go here. You bring back Ransom to gain life points. Then you bring back Binder to draw a card. Now you make Cryptor. And then use Wizard. There's a link 5 worth. Allied. Allied, bring back Ransom. So you got March here to set up. Try and banish White Binder in your opponent's turn. You've drawn 2 on a 1-card combo, so you probably have something you can set, like, and have a full hand. Like, you're in really good shape after doing this. Of course, you go through several extra deck slots. 4, 5. You only actually go through 6 on that combo. There are lines that you do Splash Mage stuff. Especially if you've, I don't know, if you've opened the backup, you do Splash Mage and you don't have to banish as much. Like, you can often make Firewall on those lines or IP. Oh, yeah. Let's try to set up a situation where we get nibbed. Backup. Put these through. Say we're looking at so let's say we used Splash Mage. We get nibbed here before we can establish White Binder. Say instead of Mirror, we grabbed Underground. So we lose our board to Nibiru. We link off the token for the Spider. Special backup. Backup goes and grabs the Wizard, which should be like right near the top, right? So, special Wizard, special, say, Dormouse, assuming that's already been banished. Go up to 3 for Binder. Binder banishes Chessie and 11. Chessie, you get the Cheshire Cat back. You still set GWC. You can do something like, where's the GWC I need to set? This is in the graveyard. This is a dummy card. You can still get to Allied Code. and bring back your links. I kind of like doing it this way to threaten like I'm going to somehow extra link on the next turn. If I can flex that way, cool. If not, whatever. Yeah. You still have underground for follow up. Like, you still have like three other cards to. You still have two or three. You still have a couple other cards to work with. Alternatively, when you have these monsters, you could instead go for something like Red Ransom. If you value the non-targeting banish more, which in certain matchups I can understand. If your opponent is a dark engrave, you can even do. I mean, allied codes is just 3 effect monsters, right? Yeah, 3 plus effect monsters. You could do something like. If you want to just extend to another direction, you can revive Ransom, who I think actually ends up over here. Draw an extra card. Why did I grab that from the side deck? And do something like, say, IP firewall, I get. Then you can do like IP firewall, and then when you make the SP, except you don't have the buys for SP, so why am I doing this? I'm sure there's something you could. I'm sure you could just go IPSP and then banish the Nibiru. But the IP has nowhere to go, so it's not that great. Let's reset the GWC. Let's go back to Chessie Wizard Binder with GWC set. If your opponent has something to bring back with dark, you can make dark, steal it. Just dummy that. Binder, draw a card. Make allied with less reliance on zones to revive into. Like, you get a lot of flexibility with this deck. A lot of really nice skill expression. Obviously, Lancia is still Lancia, but God, I spent like 20 minutes fumbling around with things you can do if you get nibbed. But yeah, I think that's it. There's so much more I could show off with this deck, but it's not really something I'm too interested in. I may throw a couple replays on the end just for good measure. So thank you for watching and have a nice day.